But first, ITV drama The Long Shadow continued last night on ITV1.
It retells the true story of a series of murders that terrified the British public between 1975 and 1980.
Yeah, the perpetrator, Peter Sutcliffe, would eventually be caught and brought to justice, but not before he took the lives of 13 women and attempted to take a further 7. Take a look.
Could you describe him for me?
A white man, dark hair.
He had these dark-coloured eyes.
The voice you're about to hear is the man we believe to be the so-called Yorkshire Ripper.
At 7:41 this morning, the body of a 28-year-old woman was found in the Prince Philip playing fields. To find out who they are and why this happened.
They don't know who Ripper is. They don't know what Ripper looks like.
So please, help us find the person who killed my daughter.
This is only going to get bigger.
I give you my word that I will catch this animal.
People's lives will carry on being destroyed.
Until they catch this man.
Long after that.
And if you've been watching, you'll have seen the devastating impact the loss of Jacqueline Hill had on her family.
Yeah, she was the final known victim of Sutcliffe, and today we're joined by her sister Vivienne alongside her husband Gareth. Thank you both so much for coming in.
Welcome to the show.
So Vivienne, let's start with you. Firstly, I guess, what did you make of the drama adaptation? And can you tell us how you became to be not involved in the show itself, but because your initial thoughts were, I know, were quite sceptical.
Yes.
But then you thought, you know...
Because there's been so many documentaries and things made over the years, and we just think, oh, not another one, sort of glorifying Sutcliffe. But then when we found out that this was going to be a sort of docudrama from the family's victims' perspective, and we spoke to New Pictures and they put our minds at rest, so we were saying, do we get involved or not? Then we decided to get involved because we thought it'd be good to put our perspective across and our input. I didn't want to get to the end and regret not getting involved, which is why we decided to get involved, and we've been really pleased that we have.
Well, I only saw the first episode, and and so far. But that was the thing that both me and my wife were sat on the sofa. Yeah. And the first thing we said was, thank God this is from the victim's perspective. And of course, you know...
Yes, and we heard that there was going to be obviously actors playing the various family members and things. So, yeah, we are pleased with it. There were, obviously it is a drama as well, but no, we're pleased.
I suppose when you know it's going to be made, and it's going to be made anyway, I suppose you'd rather help out, reach out to the producers.
We knew we wouldn't be able to do anything to stop it being made, you know, it'd already been commissioned, so we thought we might as well go with it and input as much as we can and try and get our point of view across, what happened to all the families.
Did you initially just sort of send an email to the production?
No, I think I saw an article in a newspaper probably about 2.5 years ago, just a small article saying that this docudrama was going to be made, but it didn't say by who. And then just by chance, my sister was friendly with a lady called Alison Graham, who was the editor at the Radio Times. Right. And we'd kept in touch with her. So I emailed Alison Graham and she came straight back with New Pictures information. Great. So we then emailed New Pictures and sort of they came back to us.
I always want to talk about the victim and what they were really like, because obviously you were 15 at the time. Yes. What was your sister like?
Well, I suppose to me she was a sister. I mean, we shared a bedroom. She was obviously at university. She'd been there for nearly 3 years. But, I don't remember us ever arguing or anything, she was really good at art. The whole family was good at art, that sort of thing. She liked books and things. Yes.
She was a gentle, kind person,
wasn't
she?
She was. I mean, and I'm still in touch with some of her friends now, which is nice as well. Because they think about her.
So lovely. And Gareth, obviously, you've been through this journey. How have you tried to protect Vivienne in a way?
Well, I suppose to start with, I mean, we got married in 1991 and we'd been together for a few years before that. I suppose, in a way, you are trying to protect that person. And, for instance, at the time, at one occasion, there was a series of magazines and the first one was about Sutcliffe. And every time adverts came on, I used to switch the channel. But Viv, she wasn't daft. She knew what I was doing. But it was my way of trying to protect her. we always say, you know, it's at the most unusual times that we get reminded about this. And, you know, you might be in a dentist's waiting room and suddenly open a magazine and there's a picture of Jacqueline or Sutcliffe or the other victims. And it just takes you... It's often when you're not expecting it.
Because, I mean, there's no blueprint for grief anyway, is there?
No.
And so that, you know, this is kind of obviously compounded by the heinous acts. Are you in touch with the other victims' families? Is that
We've been in touch with
Richard
McCann, because obviously his mum was the first victim. And no, it's strange, we've been in touch with him a fair bit, and his mum was the first victim. Obviously, Jacqueline was the last one, so we've been in touch with him a fair bit. And a lady called Ruth Bundy, who's the solicitor on the series. We've been in touch with her. And then another lady called Mo Lee as well, who was attacked, but she's not acting in the Long Shadow as well. Yes,
I'm interested to know, do you feel like you don't like to tell people about what happened because it changes their perception of you?
I suppose when I was younger, yes, I would have just burst into tears at any mention of it on the news radio. But now, I don't know, as you harden as you get older with you. You don't care what people think as much, you know. So it doesn't bother me now, people knowing, you know. It's not something that you just come out with in an everyday conversation. But it doesn't bother me, people knowing. And I feel like I have to stand up for everybody now. I
mean, it's an incredibly strong thing to do. Sorry.
So for some of the victims, and as is portrayed in the programme, the police made it, you know, the attitude at the time was they were all prostitutes. And whilst... Yes, so some did make a living that way. They were people. They were real people. They had families. There were reasons for it. And you know, the problem is, it's everyone was seen as that. And I know for Mo, for instance, Mo Lee, she told us that her family really didn't want her to spread word or be associated with it at all. And certainly further back that was the case. Less so now.
Were you shielded at the time? I know your father
I was only
passed
15.
away,
My brother was 16, and Mum did shield. I mean, I knew everything that sort of going on. Those first few weeks were horrendous, you know. And but Mum was so brave, and I think did shield us. She obviously went to court when Sutcliffe was trialed. And
how did she cope with that? Can you remember how she was feeling?
Just amazing. She was just so... Because for, like, a gentle 40-odd-year-old lady to have such determination, was amazing, yes. So...
Do you ever process it? Like, do you think you ever... Like, is it something that's always there?
No, it's always there, and that's one thing Richard McCann as well has said. It's just always there in the back of your mind, you know, and every day you might do something, but then something will think about it. It is. It's just always there,
But you just...
wondering how things might have turned out, But
at the same time, you just have to live your life, don't you?
Oh, definitely, It's made us... I mean, we like our holidays, and, you know, you've got to enjoy your life while you can. Yes, definitely.
Tell us about this plaque that has been erected.
Oh, yes. We came across that by accident. It was a blue plaque that was erected by a group of ladies called Leeds Spinners. And if they're watching, I would like to thank them for doing it, because I did try to get in touch. I did try to get in touch with them to thank them, but I didn't get any response.
If they get in touch, they can hopefully hit you guys
and they've made one of those blue plaques and put it in the place near where Jacqueline was killed. I think it's been removed at the moment because they're doing building works there, but it was so good of them to do that. About her.
How would you like your sister to be remembered?
Well, I think for any of the victims, you know, they were just everyday people, and I think that the use of the Long Shadow, the name, is good, because to me, all the victims are coming out of the shadow. You know, it's not about Sutcliffe anymore, and they were real people. We're hoping that Leeds Council are planning a memorial to them and other victims as well. So that's hopefully in the planning. But I suppose what our family do, we, we're all happy to talk about it. You know, And
having seen probably all of the episodes, do you think the show's done a good job, if you can put it like that, in your opinion? Are you happy with it?
Because I at the end of it, I wanted, if it comes across as a tribute or a memorial to all the victims, then that's, to me, a good thing. That's how I'd like it to come across, You know, why should they be forgotten? None of them did anything wrong.
Absolutely.
You know?
I think Your Picture's done a fantastic job in doing that. Because, you know, it's not just us. We're lucky in that we can say something about it. You know, there are many people out there who have suffered tragic losses for whatever reason. I mean, for instance, our eldest son went to university in Nottingham. There were 3 killed in Nottingham only a year or so ago. 2 were students, lived not far from where our son lived. And, you know, you just feel for those people because it's in the news initially. Then after a few days, it all fades. But they've still got to live with it for the rest of their lives. And not only that, as they get older, the family gets bigger. I mean, for us, our family spread far and wide. And as you meet more friends and families get bigger, more and more people have to know about these things.
Well, listen, like I said, I only saw the first one, 1.5 actually. But
is it a hard watch?
It is, but it's incredible.
It is a hard watch, but it's supposed to be like that. You know, there's no point it being
all... Should be, right?
Soft, you know,
But it's a brilliant piece of television. And thank you for coming on talking about it.
Long
Shadow continues next Monday at 9 p.m. on ITV1, on ITVX as well. Viv and Gareth, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right.